So repairs on my Stearman PT17, which crashed last August, have been coming along. The plane originally crashed, and the entire front of the plane was really bashed up. The entire undercarriage in the front, including the wheel fairings and the very complex wood landing gear plate, were ripped out along the bottom. The firewall was out, and the front was pretty much broken up. It took about a month to get all that repaired, using a lot of Hysol and carbon fiber cloth to reinforce things, and more plywood and blocks, and basically the whole lower structure here had to be rebuilt, including the wheel fairings. Thank God, every little piece of scrap that came out of the front was picked up and thrown in a box when the plane crashed. Always, if you crash a plane and have any idea that you're going to rebuild it, pick up every little piece, so at least you know what has to be replaced, and sometimes you can make use of what you actually pick up. Anyway, okay, so the fuselage has been done, and I've been working now for actually a couple of months on the wing. And the wing broke off right at the surface, okay? So I had the center section, and one half of the wing was in good shape, and the other half of the wing was pretty much busted up. So here's what's been going on. This is the wing right now after, like I say, a couple of months worth of work figuring out how to do this. This part of the wing was in good shape, okay? This is the center section that I opened up so I could work into it. This is the wing that was all broken up in this area. Ribs were missing, shattered, whatever. And I realized, and you can see here, that there's the standard structure, which is 1/4-inch spars and wooden ribs. There was really no way that I could really just replace those spars and run them into the center section and glue everything back. It would never hold. So I decided to try to install a carbon fiber wing tube. In order to install a carbon fiber wing tube, which would be about 36 inches long from approximately this rib down to this rib, I had to be able to drill straight across to accept the tube and have everything in line, okay? So the first thing was to work on the half of the wing that was in pretty good shape, and I installed doublers, bolts of doublers on the bolts of ribs for extra strength, and then had to come up with a jig that allowed me to drill from this point on through all of the ribs all the way down and have that in line. So I came up with a drill jig that was based on a Dubro prop balancer, so that I could use that as a guide to drill into the side of the rib this way, okay, and have everything level, and the drill bit staying straight in line. And that was successful. I had to make up a couple of very long drill bits. These are shortened versions of the bits. They had to be longer initially. I took off a section of the drill extension after I had finished working on the first half of the wing. So anyway, so I drilled that through, and that worked out perfectly, where I could take a 5/8 inch dowel You can see it here. And it would slide right through so that when I get the carbon fiber tube, which is on order, it would go in. But now I had to figure out how to get the other part of the wing aligned to that part of the wing. First thing was to rebuild the ribs. I put in some new plywood ribs and I doubled them up with balsa. And I was able to use a section of dowel to come, this all separates, to come through from inside the center section, and one hole at a time, I use the dowel to mark the ribs and drill through the ribs so that I would have holes that were completely aligned all the way along. This dowel I can slide all the way down to here, so that will eventually be a carbon fiber tube, and but it'll fit. It'll 5/8 the same as this. I'm also going to still have to put in an anti-rotation carbon fiber tube, a 1/4 inch carbon fiber tube that'll run a couple of ribs in this way and a couple of ribs that way. That'll be an anti-rotation device. So the wing will basically be, the stress on the wing will be on this carbon fiber tube and that carbon fiber tube, which later on I can rebuild and butt glue some of the original spars, and reinforce them. But the first thing I have to do is I have to take this and actually mount it on the plane with the top wing also in place, so that I can make sure that the mounting points for the end struts will match up with the original attachment points. So, in other words, that everything will be in line, everything will be straight. The top wing will be tied structurally to the bottom wing, which should give this part of the wing that broke off a lot of strength between the carbon fiber tubes and the end struts on the end. And then, of course, cosmetically, I have to recover the wing after I put in any supporting blocks or ribs. So that's how it goes.